Hi, let me wish you guys a happy new year. I know it's a few days late, but we still want to wish you guys a happy 2024. And I figured, at least since it's that time of year, I want to share a little bit about, how we were able to celebrate New Year and what it kind of looked like here in our community at Kendu Bay and here at the hospital. So I don't remember if I made a video last year about like Christmas, especially in this community. But kind of like background wise, typically conservative like Adventist Christians, they don't typically celebrate Christmas, just because it's like they feel like it's more secularized, or it's kind of like not the exact date of like Jesus' birth, so they don't really actually celebrate it. Here in Kenya, it's more of like a time where just like family can just spend time together, but like the actual like Christmas tree, all that stuff, that's not really celebrated. But New Year's is still kind of a big holiday. And pretty much it's just a time where people again can come together as family, have a big kind of feast, share good food, listen to music, and just be able to spend time together. A lot of times what we kind of see is that people from the cities, they'll kind of go back to their like country home or their family home and go back to their parents or where they grew up. And so a lot of people kind of come back to more like in the rural areas just to spend time with family. And then, again here, like for New Year's Eve at least, like I was up for a little bit. Like my girls and Sherry, they kind of went to bed early, but like you'll hear music playing loudly in speakers, and like they actually do that quite commonly, like even for like funerals, for example. So it's not like super rare to like hear music all through the night. But they especially had that for New Year's Eve. You hear music playing all night, people are just having a good time, and then people kind of screaming and like yelling and stuff when it was midnight on New Year's Eve. If you go to like the bigger cities like Nairobi and like Mombasa, probably even Kisumu, they'll probably have like fireworks, like typical celebrations that like you're probably used to. Probably people giving toasts, and people obviously if they're into like going to parties and stuff like that. That's all kind of still, I think, commonplace, especially in the cities. But here it's a little more toned down. And then our community here, um, on actual New Year's Day, people go to church. So, one of my friends, for example, she went to church at like, I think it was like 5 o'clock service, 5 o'clock in the morning service on New Year's Day, just to kind of, you know, uh, start the year off right and start with God's blessings and kind of having a spiritual focus with the New Year's Day itself. And for myself, we still, since we're like clinical service, we still had to work on our Christmas and also New Year's Day itself. So went to the wards, the hospital, still saw some patients. Some patients I wanted to come out for outpatient as well too. But then I was able to spend time with family. Our own family, we kind of have our own New Year tradition. Typically, if we were in stateside, we probably would eat like dakguk, which is like our Korean rice cake soup, and making mandu with family. But we also do kind of like a little like family slideshow, just a review over the past year. So we have a video montage of like 2023 and the different things that we were able to do, and then we just kind of share like a Bible verse, kind of giving us a little bit more of a focus for the year, just for our family. So we were still able to celebrate that together and keep that tradition. And then we were still able to, make some mandu and enjoy that on New Year's Day as well too. And so, despite being here, we were still able to keep some of our little traditions here. But it was still a nice time to spend time with family. Typically here, well, I guess hospital settings, it's still kind of slow. So people, still want to spend time with family, and people are limited, at this time with like their financial resources. The economy is kind of hard at this point for a lot of people, and people are struggling. So the money they have, they want to spend it on Christmas and New Year's. And the big thing right now is that people want to save money for the coming school year for their children, so they're saving up for school fees. So people do not want to spend money at the hospital or going to see doctors and stuff like that. So it's pretty slow right now. But now that all the holidays are passing and kids are starting to get back to school, things are picking back up again. But still want to at least recognize the time for the holidays. We want to wish you guys a Happy New Year, and we will see you guys next time. Bye.